Alright, we're pulling away from sheets. That can only mean one thing.
It's not a Saturday.
It's not a Saturday. It's a Wednesday.
July 1st.
Yeah, it's Wednesday, July 1st. And we're going on a road trip to the Baltimore, Ohio Train Museum in Baltimore, Maryland. So it's going to take about 2 hours to get there, but you'll be there a lot quicker. So join us. Alright, so here we are at the Baltimore, Ohio Train Museum in Baltimore, Maryland. Right there. That Roundhouse. That's the museum, but they have a bunch of stuff outside here you can get up close to, and they got a whole, this is their parking lot, so they got a whole bunch of stuff all through the parking lot. And these were actual train cars that were on the rails at one point in time. Alright, so here we are in the museum. Supposed to be the largest collection of train stuff. Now when you first walk in this museum, you're just overwhelmed by the amount of trains that are in this roundhouse and how they got them on displayed and American flags hanging down, and it's just hard to take it all in. But most of the trains you get to walk into, and you walk up these platforms. You'll see right here. You'll walk up the platform and you can walk right into the cab and sit in the cab just like the engineered train would. It's pretty neat. Hands-on museum. Where they would have the coal, then shovel the coal into the firebox down there. In the tunnel, they open the firebox. The engineer was sitting right there. That'd be his view right there. Not much of a view. Let's see what kind of car this is. Oh, it's a mailroom car. This is a post office on wheels. We visited one of these earlier. Well, I did.
Washington.
Yeah, in Washington at the Post Office Museum. Yeah. Now, along with the trains, they also had equipment that they used during the railroad. This is one of those pieces of equipment that they used to load your baggage on and, well, move it manually. This is Cass number 1 right here. Cass West Virginia Railroad bought this train for passenger excursions, and basically this was the first one that they bought from this train company. Now you notice that the links don't go sideways like on most trains. It goes up and down. It's because it was made for steep hills and mountains, and well, that's where the train runs in the mountains. And here's an old pumper car, and you don't see those on the rails no more. And here's another form of transportation that they would use to run down the rails. I think you'd pump this too, and I think they made them electric later on. not sure about that. If you do, tell me in the comments. Jennifer likes to play with this stuff. There's where the bathroom would be. Now, this was a real fancy diner car at this time. This is one of the sleeping areas for, I guess, the crew that worked on the diner car. And that's, where they'd sleep when they're traveling down the rail. But look at this dining car experience here. I was talking to a guy after I came off this that rode the rails most recently, and he says these cars that they had on display down there was way better than some of the cars that are on the track right now. I mean, this is really fancy for back in this time, back in the 60s, 70s. And you can just sit in the rocking chair and take it all in from the rocking chair. So they had this really nice garden train display. You go and push the button and you can watch the trains go around. Really nice scenery. And it's all outside. And, well, it'd probably been nicer if it wasn't a 100-degree day, but it was 100 degrees when I was doing this. It's a pretty nice display too. Pretty nice. Kind of wonder what the backstory is on behind something like this. It's called the Happy Train. Huh. Oh, I see. It's like it was like a ride at the amusement park. You sit in the seats. The kids would sit in the seats right here, and we go around just a couple feet off the ground. Huh. Now this is the American Freedom Train. It ran across the country on the East Coast back in 1975 and 1976 to celebrate the country's bicentennial. Kind of like the same thing that Union Pacific Big Boy Train's doing this year. And just like the Big Boy, it drew a big crowd too. Now this was a big mechanical shop that they had right there. You walk in right away, you see this big massive train, and I guess its nickname was Yellow Belly. And it was one of the last steam trains, and it was really modern for its time. It had a lot of good features on it, I guess. And it was designed to pull real fancy cars, but never got to do that because it was the end of the steam era, and they phased it out. But you can just see how massive it is. It was like 15 feet tall. And to walk in between both of these trains, it's just amazing. And show you this next train here. This is the first electric diesel train. Dynometer car. So this is a dynometer car. So what they'd use this dyno car for is to test the engine output of the locomotive, to test its bar strength and how much it could haul. What are you saying? It's a little tight?
Yeah.
This must have been the kitchen area. They even had a refrigerator and freezer. Look at that old fan. Yep, it's pretty tight in here. You see me in the mirror there. Whew. That's all you got to sleep in right there. Come out here and get you a drink of water. I wonder how many people's done that.
What's that?
Let's see if the switches work for the lights in here. They got it wired hard. Yeah. Pretty cool. This is a refrigeration car, so it's cool in there because, yep, she's saying come on in, so it's cool in there. Woo! Yep. It kind of smells though, doesn't it?
It does.
What's it smell like to you? It smells like wood.
Is that what that smell is? I was thinking it smelled like wine.
I don't know. It smells like.
When your sister opens a bottle of wine, this is what it smells like.
It smells like decaying wood. Oh, they got a little model railroad in a train car.
And slightly air conditioned.
And slightly air conditioned, Jennifer says. In case you didn't know, we got this little thing called a heat wave coming through the East Coast this week. It's probably in the low 90s right now, but this is going to be the coolest day at 98 degrees, and I think the rest of them is supposed to be over close to 100, and then heat index over 100. So. But yeah, they took this car and they made it into a model railroad display. Did a pretty good job of it. Here's all the behind the scenes electronics workings of it.
Yeah, it reminds me of this when you go to the fair.
Yeah, in Great Falls, Montana. Yeah, the fair in Great Falls, Montana has displays kind of like this.
But they're permanent.
Yeah. All right, so that's about gonna do it here from the B&O Train Museum. You can see the Roundhouse right there behind me. I'm gonna flip the camera around. Walking back to the parking lot. All these cars, trains here at the Baltimore, Ohio Train Museum. They were once on the rails. And now they sit here. Some of them have been restored and some of them not. These are the ones that weren't the lucky ones and didn't get restored. And it's kind of neat. And it's right down in the center. Right down in the smack center of Baltimore is the location. So, until the next video, this is LKT for LKT'S place. Be sure to hit that like, follow, subscribe, and we'll take you on more adventures. Not always at a train place, not always on a train, but it just seems like we end up on a train. Until next time, this is LKT for LKT'S place. Thanks for watching.